right, everybody, we're going to thrive with Twin Cities Live now. We all want to be our most healthy selves, but this is a concerning statistics. There are 2 million new cases of cancer diagnosed each year in the United States. It is an epidemic. It affects about 1 in 3 people in this country.
Wow, that is a wild stat. That's crazy to even think about. So we want to better understand how we can improve our health through our lifestyle habits. So here to tell us more, we have Chief Medical Officer at UnitedHealthcare, Dr. Abbie Miller is joining us once again. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me back, you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Here.
Okay, so that is an alarming statistic. How is it with the state of Minnesota, though?
Yeah. So certainly we see similar numbers in the state of Minnesota, and I think what is even more concerning is we're seeing more diagnoses of cancer in younger people as well. So things that we know, about 18% in the state of Minnesota, about 18% of cancers are directly related to lifestyle factors.
Wow.
So exactly what we're talking about. So when people are like, well, lifestyle factors, I know about smoking, but what else do you mean? Well, so in addition to smoking, alcohol consumption, we know that that has a cancer effect as well. Carrying excess weight, having a sedentary lifestyle, and then obviously some other environmental exposures. So those are the things that people can sort of manage themselves. I mean, obviously we can't do things about, our genetics, our age, our family history, but the things that are modifiable are those lifestyle things.
So is it being looked at as like a metabolic disease almost, or not quite there yet?
Not quite there as far as a metabolic disease,
right.
But certainly we know that there are metabolic things that can lead then to cancer diagnoses.
Okay, so that's helpful to know.
So when you're talking, I want to ask about alcohol specifically. I mean, it's a big part of our culture, right? And I understand there's a shift happening, a lot more non-alcoholic drinks out there, and people are kind of really cutting back. But when we talk about the cancers that come associated with alcohol, are we talking just liver cancer, or what kind of cancers are associated with alcohol?
That's a great question. So some other cancers that are associated with alcohol, so digestive system cancers, so esophageal cancer, breast cancer is actually associated.
Really?
Yep. So again, exactly as you're saying, I think a lot of people are starting to recognize that as a modifiable risk factor for cancer. So we're seeing more people being more aware and cutting back or even stopping drinking alcohol.
Wow. I don't know why you have to ruin everything fun. But, I mean, I get it.
I'm a barrel of fun here.
That is how it is. So, okay, other lifestyle choices that can help. The thing about this, I think, is that when you're looking at it, it's not just, you go, okay, well, I'm just going to try to reduce my risk of cancer, but it actually, all of these things are going to help reduce your risk of all sorts of really common, particularly chronic diseases that we face in this country. So the diet. I mean, the diet is a big thing, and there's so much marketing out there about what you should be eating. Like going to the grocery store is very exhausting for people. So how do you simplify a great diet?
I always tell people to shop the outside of the grocery store. Yeah. Stay away from the middle section. The middle section is where all the processed foods are. So when you're shopping the outside edges of the grocery store, you're getting your fresh fruits and vegetables, you're getting your whole grains, you're getting your, fresh, lean proteins. Those are the things to be shopping for.
That's good.
Yeah. I also want to know from you as well, there's a lot of stuff out there about red meat and eggs and all of that. If you're staying away from the middle section of the grocery store and sticking to the outside, which is where those meats and those proteins are we still suggesting to eat those as a big part of your diet, or is it everything in moderation even with that?
So things in moderation. I will say that the Mediterranean diet, which tends to focus more on those lean proteins, so fish, chicken, tends to be a healthier diet for people. And that certainly is one of those things that can help reduce your risk of cancer.
Okay, movement is another big piece of this. And I know you're passionate about biking. We love hearing about your bike trips that you take. But we also know that that would be too much for me, probably.
For me too.
But I think some people think I have to be super into biking vacations, or I have to go 5 days a week to the gym in order to have an impact with movement. How little can you get away with?
What's the least amount?
In terms of, what's the baseline here?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a legitimate question.
So I always tell people to set a small goal for themselves, maybe for that week. So maybe your goal that week is, 3 days this week, I'm going to get out and I'm going to take a walk after dinner. That's a great goal to start with. So just prioritizing getting out and doing some movement. I will say there are some positive health effects as well to actually getting out and moving right after you eat. That actually helps to not have that big sugar spike and that insulin spike.
Isn't that incredible?
It is.
I know. And I think a big part of that as you plan your day is like making sure that you're not eating so close to bedtime. That will at least give you more of an opportunity to get out, get a few blocks in, let that food sort of digest and settle. So we've talked a lot about just the things that you can control when it comes to preventative stuff. We've got the food, the exercise, the not smoking, cutting back on the drinking. Screenings when it comes to preventable stuff. What should we be looking at as far as screenings, and kind of what age are we looking at those things?
Yeah, so screening is going to be really, really important. And so getting in and talking to your doctor about your individual cancer risk. So talking about your family history, talking about your lifestyle, and then determining along with your doctor when is appropriate for you to start screening. I will say in general, women should start screening for breast cancer at age 40, and everyone should start screening for colorectal cancer at age 45. And those age ranges actually decreased recently because, again, like we talked about before, we're seeing these cancers in younger people. And so we had to shift that screening lower.
And those screenings are typically covered if you have an insurance plan. It's $0 out of pocket. It's just a matter of going in and getting it done.
Yes, absolutely.
So those are really important. You recommend it. And, just living a healthier life.
I know. I do love the question about how little do I really have to do to make sure that I maximize my preventative risk here?
I know. Exercise is so good. You see studies that talk about exercise being in some cases as effective as antidepressants in terms of being able to have an impact on your mood. There are very few things that getting out and moving don't at least make a minimum positive impact on.
Yeah, we've talked about that. It's better for your endorphins. It helps you sleep because, again, it helps regulate that melatonin. So,
very good. Well, we just did a walking challenge with our viewers, Dr. Miller, and they were very successful. Everyone is checking off on their calendar. So, we might need to make it longer next year.
I love it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, always good to see you. Thank you so much. So, all right, for more health and wellness information, you can visit uhc.com. We posted that link on our website, twincitieslive.com.